Welcome to another episode of the Career Mindset Podcast. Today, I'm super excited to have with me an inspiring guest who embodies the spirit of entrepreneurship and community leadership. She is the founder of Over the Ofek, a thriving initiative that supports female entrepreneurs, and the community leader of the Female Entrepreneurs in Leipzig group, where she champions the success of women in business. She also serves as an ambassador at Women Tour, advocating for the growth and empowerment of women worldwide. With a deep passion for authenticity, female entrepreneurship, and the unique experience of being an expat in Germany, Eden brings a wealth of knowledge and insights to our discussion today. So please join us as we explore the exciting journey of being an expat and an entrepreneur with Eden Levin. Welcome to the show, Eden. Thank you so much for coming today. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here.
I'm very excited because I'm sure that you will share with us so many interesting information about yourself, your journey, all the amazing things that you do. And I can't wait to start. So are you ready?
I am.
Fantastic. So let's start by sharing your story of becoming an entrepreneur in Germany. And what were some of the initial challenges you faced as an expat, and how did you navigate them?
Sure. So it's important to know that I come from Israel and as we mentioned, I'm an expat myself. And it's also something that was really a passion in me to come to Germany and also to be an entrepreneur. So I cannot say they started at the same time, but they both started before I came to Germany. And when we came to Germany, it was 6.5 years ago, almost 7 years. We did not have a real plan in terms of employment. So we just wanted to make sure that we settle here in at least bureaucratically.
Yes.
And then we started figuring out what is it we actually want to do. And I'm saying it's my husband and I, and we got married before we came, and we both really on this journey of being entrepreneurs. But since we decided that we want to be entrepreneurs, we both always had so many ideas, and like we found a book with really all the ideas that we had, like so many weird, crazy ideas that some of them have no relevancy to our life at all. But it was
I
just
think that
yeah.
everyone has a book like that. Everyone who wants to become or already is an entrepreneur has a similar book.
If you don't, then you should.
Yeah.
I would go with that, because it's, even if you don't pursue all of these ideas, it's always amazing to go back and see all the ideas you had and remember why you even had them and how much you developed sense. And so I started my business Over the Ofek, which is basically a relocation company. We help people relocate to Germany, Germany-wide. And it started in October of 2022. That was really after I finished a pre-incubator program in HHL, which is a university here in Leipzig. And that was mostly for German German women who are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And it really helped me to basically set up a date so that I can be accountable and open that business. And we worked really on most of the steps in order to open the business. So in terms of challenges, I think in general, when you're thinking about Germany, you're thinking bureaucracy, or at least that's what we think. Most expats in Germany know that it's really heavy on bureaucracy. And not only bureaucracy, the bureaucracy is in German. And obviously, in not the typical day-to-day German, but rather like you need to learn another set of vocabulary just for that. So
Wow.
yeah, that was difficult to kind of navigate, since I had German at this point. It was like 5 years down the road that I was in Germany, but yeah, it's it's really hard. And I did not do all the filing myself of the whole being self-employed and so on. It was just impossible. So it's really it's somehow demotivating and like relieving you of confidence that you need at this time when you cannot do things yourself because you're just lacking the language and you're lacking the understanding even of what the process is. So this is really one very major factor for many expat entrepreneurs in Germany.
Mhm.
And the fact that it's all like so much of it is not digital as well is also something that you're like,
Wow.
why?
And I was thinking that Greece was the master of bureaucracy, but
Oh,
Germany
no. I think every
sounds like
country has its
similar, very, very
own.
close to Greece.
Yeah, not well, I guess I hope that Germany is not fighting for the worst bureaucracy ever, but I think it's definitely taking somewhere the first 10.
Okay.
I don't know. But again, every bureaucracy can work fine when you are not a special case. And
Yeah.
being expat is always a special case. And the fact that you want to be innovative and you want to be like outside of the box, it's even sometimes hard for me to find which kind of industry am I part of, because there is no relocation agency. Sorry, there is no relocation industry. It's more like travel with some consulting, with some like,
Yeah.
So well, even if I'm not trying to be special, I'm always somehow landing into the special place. So yeah.
Okay.
In the how did I navigate them? I was just finding the right people that will help me. So I think in general, every expat need to have, good community,
Yeah.
either expat or German or local. Let's go with that. Doesn't have to be German, but someone who will vouch for you, who will help you, who will make you understand the process, and even take you by the hand and go with that.
Yes.
So I was part of another, let's say, workshop for how to open a business in Germany for expats. So I was really like for that in English. And I met there the instructor, and we became good friends. And so whenever I was ready to open my own business, he was there to help me with everything I needed. So creating a good network was really useful.
It is really useful. And I think nowadays having a network is useful and helpful for all the other aspects in your business or in your life. We need to have a supportive system, a team who can help us in everything we may need. So I think that you already somehow answered to my second question, but I will ask you anyways. What inspired you to start the Ofek, and how did being an expat, sorry, influence your approach to funding and growing your business in Germany?
So since I am catering to soon to be expat anyway,
Yeah.
then that is very helpful with an expat myself. I think this is also the kind of thing that there are some relocation companies that are German based. So
Okay.
it's people who are Germans, maybe that flew to someplace else and they felt it or something like that. But when you are an expat yourself in Germany, I think it's better, at least for the sympathy or the
Yes.
empathy part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So, but what inspired me to start over the Ofek was, just for everybody to know, Ofek in Hebrew is horizon, and it also used to be my last name before I got married. So it was just a good
Oh,
connection.
that's awesome.
That's my
I
husband.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, I love it. I love the connection.
Yeah. So this is, so when I wanted to open my business, and when I started basically this whole pre-incubator program, I had a different idea altogether when I started, but then I could not figure it out completely what it wants to be. So then I shifted completely to the relocation part, because I've just noticed that I do it for a long time for free. So I'm in all these groups on Facebook of Israelis in Berlin, or expat in Germany, expat in Leipzig, whatever. And so people are just posting all those questions, and I told them, hey, how about we just hop on a call and I help with everything that you need, because I had to do it myself, and I collected all the information. I'm very freak when it comes to bureaucracy. Since
Yeah.
I hate it so much and I fear from it so much, I make sure I don't make any mistakes, and I collect all the necessary information. And during COVID, I did it for free for like 2 years. And I just decided, okay, maybe this is good enough as a passion to start going forward with. So this is how it came up to be. And really the whole being able to create connections and network because of my needs helped a lot in building this business as well.
Mhm.
So that's beneficial.
That's fantastic. And I think that most of the people and most of the entrepreneur have started like similar to you, like finding a need and having their personal journey completed, and then somehow they want to share it to the world and help other people. It's like similar to me as an entrepreneur. I'm an expat as well. So it's very important to have gone through this challenge and then having found the solution to ourselves in order to share it. And I think that's the way to success, right?
Absolutely.
If you know how to do it, if you have like your personal experience from this need, from this challenge, then it's not easy exactly, but you know exactly the steps on how to help other people. And this is why other people can help you and can trust you, sorry, to, to help them.
Yeah, I
So
mean, the case is mostly the fact that, yeah, when you are with the need, it's
yeah,
helpful. It's also helpful if it's attached to your passion and to something that you
yes,
actually like to do.
yeah,
And also if you're thinking of, like what I say to everybody, why specifically this business is the one that got stuck and not the other bazillion ideas that they all came to somewhat of a progress, but they all stopped at some point,
yeah,
was because for me, it filled out two very important factors. One, I would have done it for free. And in a matter of fact, I have.
yeah,
And the second, I would have been the customer of it. So for me, when these two factors are fulfilled, then it's actually helpful for me to go forward with this. This is kind of like in retrospective when I figured out all of the other businesses, I either would not have done it for free or I would not be the customer of. So it was really useful to have all of this combined in a package.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing those two factors to become an entrepreneur and create your own business. That's fantastic and helpful. And let's talk about the FEMEC. So as the community leader for female entrepreneurs in Leipzig, what unique challenges do expat female entrepreneurs face, and how does your community address these challenges?
All right. So for everybody who doesn't know, the FEMEC or the FEMIC or the sorry, Female Entrepreneurs in Creative, it has a whole evolution to the name. We are basically in-person and online community, and we host some events also in person and online. And the whole vision behind this was to enable a safe space for many women who think about becoming entrepreneurs or are already entrepreneurs. It's great to have somebody who you can talk with that is sharing the same knowledge and the same interest. And this is not something that you can find in your common, friends and circles, because yeah, a lot of people think entrepreneurship is actually the most riskiest thing you can do, but then they go and do bungee jumping. That's okay. So the question about so first of all, it's important to know that it's combining locals and expats. So it's not solely for expats, but it's in English. So then that's why it's also accommodating expats. And in terms of challenges, as I mentioned, also the language is a major factor for a lot of expats, but the fact that it's a female as well has additional challenges to it. First of all, when it comes to culture, there are so many different cultures and also cultural expectations. So still in a lot of cultures and communities, the woman is still expected to be the main caregiver for the children. And the fact that, for example, even in Germany, sometimes you see those problems by whenever you give birth in Germany, then there is this division into who goes to the parental leave. And so you give if I remember correctly, because I don't have to,
Okay.
you get 14 months for the both parents to be in parental leave, but you have to choose which one does what time. So it's like
It's not
you cannot be
automatically.
simultaneously all those 14 months. I think you can 1 month or something like that, but
Okay.
then you have to choose who stays, and you cannot really play with it as much as you want.
Oh,
And then most of the time, still women are those who go to the longer period. And that means you are hindering your career options, and you're not allowed legally to be fired because of that. But a lot of people just, somehow they finish the contract during this time or something like that. But simultaneously, it's also a good time to decide what is the next step for you. What is it you want to do? And I had one conversation with one woman that came to one of the events, and she said, oh, I think about opening a business, but maybe when the kids are grown.
Yes,
I
that's
don't know,
my
like
mom a
18,
lot.
19, 20 years from now, this is when she wants to open a business because she doesn't want to take the financial risk right now.
Yeah.
And then I kind of came to her and I told her, you know what, but you can technically do it as a side hustle and grow it really slowly without having the risk of putting all of your money inside of it. You're still earning, you're still managing to survive, but you still build something as slow as you need it to be, but you don't start 20 years from now. And she was like, oh, you know what? I haven't thought about this.
Oh,
This
yes.
is the kind of thing that I'm like, some of them are still stuck in this perception that was built hundreds of years ago that
Yeah.
women should stay at home and do babies in kitchen or something.
Yes.
So
Yeah, no, that's true.
we all want to believe it's disappearing, but I think it's still there in somewhat of a way. And if you want to add more challenges to that, in the German community, even for men, it's being considered risky to be a self-employed. So
Yeah.
not even talking about the mothers and the women. So yeah.
I mean, I want to share here that I joined the FEMEC as a networking facilitator, and I've been there 2 eyes. It's amazing so far. The energy, all the women there, we share our challenges, and we share advice, tips, and ways that we can help each other. And this feeling that I have a few people there to listen to me and give me back something, it's amazing, it's very fulfilling, and I invite you all to come and join us. I will share the links in the description, and yeah, you have to try it. It's an
Sorry
amazing
for the men in
initiative.
that who are listening. I mean, we're not saying no men are allowed.
No,
I was actually approached by some and they were like, yeah, can we join? I told them, if you are agreeing to participate as the women do, then you're fine. They never showed up. So
it's
it's,
okay.
yeah.
Let's hope for the best in the future.
Yeah, I mean, we are the aim eventually is that we will all be able to talk with each other on the same level. And I always say to play the same game, but I don't think we're there yet. And
No,
that's why I think this community is really, really needed. And that's why I think the one term that keeps on coming when you're asked about the feedback from the community is safe space. And this is the kind of thing that it's sacred when it comes to our community.
yes, it's very important that we have started creating conversations about it. We're not still there yet, but I have this hope, and I'm positive that we're walking towards that. So that
Slowly, but we are.
yes, there's a progress though. That's
There's progress, there's
yes,
hope,
yes,
and we're still in the fighting
yeah, the
mode.
very beginning, but it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I find it really encouraging to know that when even that I feel like I'm complete fraud because
Okay, yeah,
the imposter syndrome,
impulses, of
everybody has
course,
it. Yeah.
yes,
I still know that I know just a little bit more than others and I can help them with this
yes,
tiny
that's
knowledge.
great. Yeah,
So yeah,
fantastic.
it's helpful.
So you are one of the most authentic people that I've ever met.
Wow.
Yes, that's very true. And I admired you for the very first time that I met you online. Of course, we haven't met in person yet. I'm in
Yes.
London, you're in Leipzig. But we met online and we started, collaborating with the FEMEC. And the very first feeling and impression you gave me is how authentic you are. And I'd like to ask you, how has staying true to yourself helped you as an entrepreneur in a foreign culture, of course? And if you can share any specific examples and ways where this made a significant impact.
Absolutely. So what I love saying and hearing is this one phrase that they're saying, there's only one person who can do something like you do. So since we all bring something different, is it culturally, is it internally, is it our characteristic personality, the things we grew up with,
Mm.
these a major combination is only in you. It's only one person is holding this whole combination together. That means that what you create or what you bring to the world would be unique to you. And that's how I live by in terms of basically everything I do. Like you mentioned, I didn't realize I'm projecting it outside that much, but this is, I don't know how to live differently, you know? So what I think was helpful in that situation is when I know who I am, and when I explore myself even more and more, I know how to create a better team, create a better environment for my clients, a better environment for my family and friends, and also for my community. So I know very clearly where I'm weak, what I'm weak at, what I'm strong at, and then I build my team and my surrounding in a way that it all complement each other. We all complement each other for that. So this is how I will aim to build my team as well. So it's not only what you are expert at in or what you've studied in. That's great that you've studied something. But if I've studied chemistry and I've done nothing in regards to chemistry, I'm not planning on pursuing anything in that regards. Although Germans are constantly asking me, why are you not even mentioning it? And because it's not part of me. It's just, you know, one diploma that I have, but it's not part of me. I was a salsa dancer or salsa teacher, and I was working in the zoo, and I studied bartending, and so I have like,
look at you.
Yeah, you see, I've done so many interesting stuff that not any one of them is the only definition of who I am. And I was doing video editing for 10 years, and I discovered that I don't like doing it.
Wow.
So it's like not completely hating, but it takes a lot of energy out of me. So for me, it would be easier to come and speak with you. I can do this for hours and hours on end and still be super full of energy. Whereas if I need to do a video after that, I need a break. So it's those kind of things that you have to learn about yourself in order to go further and to be the best version of who you are without having the expectation of the surrounding and the environment, because that's just hinder our self being ourselves. And in regards to a specific example, it's already happened twice. So I had potential clients talking to me, and I always ask them, how did you find us? Like, how did you get to know about Ofek? And we are listed in one website as like a relocation services supplier, and they find us through that website a lot. And both of those clients, different separate clients that they don't know each other, they told me that they've seen all these other businesses on that list, and we looked the friendliest. And this is the kind of thing that I was really trying to portray. Also, even if I'm not there, my website is part of my image. And so my website has my face on it. It has my video with my relocation story. It has my vision and mission there. And we are showing how we are connecting with our clients, and not only just here are the facts, do something. And that was important for me. This is who I am. I cannot be only professional, hardcore, you know, super blouser and everything is super strict. That's not me. I always crack up jokes sometimes, be kind of funny. I like to light up the situation a little bit. I would always talk to my clients with, so how's the weather? Or like for us, it's kind of raining. I hope for you it's kind of better. And, you know, maybe have a joke on something and then start the conversation. That's how I would want to have any kind of very stressful situation, since relocation it is stressful and fearful and whatnot. I would like to have somebody who can also joke about this, who can also make things sound less scary and less, you know, intimidating. So that's how I bring myself there, and it seems like it's working.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. And I mean, of course, I believe in self-awareness because this is what I do. And I totally agree in terms of business that having our personality, our authentic personality out there, instead of trying to just become so professional. It's important to have fun, to offer our services and having fun at the same time, because the people out there, our clients, will have fun with us as well. And we have forgotten that. I see people very sad, very stressful, and trying to like tick the boxes without having fun, without allowing to themselves to be authentic, to be true. And yeah, just go out there and be yourself.
Yeah, there are enough people who are trying to be professional, who are releasing completely their personality out of the work. There are enough people like that. And I'm sure there are people who prefer to work with these kind of people. And I'm
Yes.
saying to myself and to everybody, I am not aiming to get all the clients in the world. No, I am
Exactly.
aiming to go for
Yes.
those who fit me and who I fit to them.
Yes.
And that's how we test this, because if I'm not who I am, my clients don't know if we fit, and I don't know if we fit. So.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this. It's important to understand that there is a lot of abundance out there for everyone. So yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you have too many roles in your life. How do you balance all these roles as the founder of the Ofek, community leader and ambassador at WomanTour, while adapting to life in a different country? What strategies have you found effective in managing these responsibilities?
I actually have 3 roles because if we can add some complication to the situation, why not? As you might see in the background with all the music instruments, I'm also a singer in a band.
Yes.
So that's adding some more stress to the mix, why not? But fun, nevertheless. If we're talking about authenticity, I cannot be the one person to be the expert of everything. No, I like many things and I do many things. So first of all, I don't really think I had a choice in that. It chose me more than I chose it, honestly. But I cannot give you any magic pill on how to balance all of that. I'm still looking for that.
Okay.
But I would say that it's all a matter of priority for me. So what is in an urgent need of, something to be done? That's one thing. And the second thing is I'm not ever trying to be a one-woman show. So everything that I'm doing, I have someone, at least one person, who's contributing to the progress and growth of that project. So for the FEMIC, I have people like you and other amazing women who are helping and supporting
Yes.
and giving workshops and hosting events and so on. Yes, I'm the main organizer, but there's so many things happening there, even if I'm not there. So I am managing everything, but I don't have to be there all the time. And also with my business, I have a business partner. I have interpreters that are working as freelancers, and hopefully soon I'm bringing also employees. And then I cannot really do all of it myself, because as we're growing, we have to have more people and support network. This is the kind of like, I think my entire life, this is the one line that continues to be the most consistent thing. The having more people around, having this as a team and not you yourself. My ego is not as high to be like, oh, it's have to be me, 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 me. No, I know I'm not perfect and I'm not going to do everything by myself. It's also not fun for me to do things by myself. I like working with people for sure. And yes, the band is also, my husband is part of it. So it's even making it more fun. And we have basically 6 people in the band in total, including me. So yeah, the thing is
Amazing
basically
music from the band. We will add the link as well.
we're doing swing metal. We're combining swing and metal together. Yeah, why being boring and doing the same thing as everybody does? But that's exactly what I'm saying when we're talking about when you're authentic, you're bringing your own thing. And even in an industry that I definitely thought you cannot do any more things that are super unique, there he was. And my husband was the one to bring this idea, and I was the one to grab it and to go with it. And that was really fun. This fun part, I think it has to be the most important. Fun,
Yes.
passion, and yeah, when you understand that where you land in terms of your values inside, then it's great. Then it's working well.
And I really want to keep the phrase that you shared at the beginning, that you just do things that you like. It's very important to have the roles that you have fun with them, and do things, and having businesses, do everything that you want because you like it, and you do it with fun, with you're happy, not just because you have to. I think this is a great factor here to consider before we decide to add something else in our schedule. It's important to do something because we want to do it and we have fun with it. And then
Right.
we can find the solutions, and every person can create their own strategies in order to maintain the balance within the roles.
Absolutely.
But of course, it's helpful to have like a supportive system, as we said at the beginning of the
Yeah,
episode.
because if you really want to juggle so many things, it's possible. You just need to
Yes.
make sure that you understand what are the kind of things that you need for support in that.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
true.
part of
And reaching the end of this episode, I'd like you to ask if you have any advice to share, to give to other expats who aspire to become entrepreneurs, and if there are any specific resources or networks that you found particularly helpful in your journey.
Yeah. So first of all, what I think we spoke about enough today was the network part. Creating your community, finding your circle is super important. And I think this is the fun thing about relocation and entrepreneurship. It's kind of the same. So what the things that you need to do, this whole shift in your identity and even in your surroundings, somewhat when you become an entrepreneur, you also surround yourself with more entrepreneurs, ideally, and you start to create your own life around this, which looks completely different than when you were employed. It's the same with relocation. So I would also say the same for what I would say for my clients in relocation is to find your community, because regardless of how difficult things are, when you have those you can either vent to or find inspiration from or ask for questions and be mentored by, this is where your success for both processes is going to really flourish. And when you look for these kind of communities, if I can give, like, let's say, a practical tip, um regardless of where you are in the world, most likely that somewhere in your environment, in your surrounding, there is already a community that you can join. And if there isn't, start it. So it's the kind of thing that it's the need is always there. The being connected to other entrepreneurs, regardless if it's women entrepreneurs, vegan entrepreneurs, mompreneurs, I don't know, you decide whatever kind of entrepreneurship you want in terms of your community. Find something, create something, and join, so that you start building those connections. You start building your support system, your safe surrounding and safe environment, so that you can start growth with the people around you and not despite of them.
And also, you can always join and come to the FEMEC and see how things work there, meet new people, ask questions, find help, and then you can do whatever you want to. Thank you so much. I'm very inspired and I admire you. I admire your journey. Thank you for talking about it and sharing all these amazing things, your experiences and your challenges today. I hope that you enjoyed it too.
Absolutely. I
It was
think your questions are so important. And I think the topics we talked about today are very important. So I really appreciate you doing this, and that we got a chance to speak today. I love it.
Thank you again, and for all of you out there who listened to us today, I really hope you had fun with us. You can reach Eden from her social media and all the links that you can find in the description. And see you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.